I need to change what I'm attracted to. Why am I attracted to guys that don't treat me well? Why am I attracted to people who are toxic? And then I realized that's like a little bit more deep rooted.
A lot of women are attracted to men that do not treat them well because that is what they are used to. Okay, these women have grown up in single mother households. They have grown up seeing their mom get treated a certain way, and they... Ouch! What is going on, fellas? Welcome back to another video here on the channel. We are going to go ahead and get right into it today. So if you could like the video, subscribe if you are not subscribed. And let me ask you guys a question real quick. Have you ever seen this movie? Have you ever seen this movie, The Mask, with Jim Carrey and Cameron Diaz? Have you ever seen this movie? This is a great movie. Okay, I was watching this recently, and of course, when this came out, it came out in 1994. I was just a kid. I've seen this movie 100 times. Okay, I could probably recite it word for word. Okay, all the jokes, I could probably recite them, like all of them. But I was watching it this weekend, and it dawned on me, and I had a realization that this movie is a perfect narrative on social structure and on men and women in the dating scene. I'm just going to give you a quick recap of the movie. You have Stanley here. He is a bank loan officer. He's pulling the money. He's tall. He's relatively handsome, you know, but he is just striking out with the ladies. He cannot get a date, and he can't get a date with not only women that he's attracted to, but he cannot get a date with women that are attracted to him. It's just not happening. Okay. And of course, the woman in the movie, the female lead, is Cameron Diaz. Okay, this is one of her first movies. She was Stanley's crush. Okay, he wanted to go out with her, but he just didn't feel like he had what it took. But who was Cameron Diaz seeing during this movie? Now anybody watching this movie from their point of view, you will see that Stanley, he's a nice guy, right? He's a nice guy. He has a dog. He he might be a little goofy. He doesn't like his landlord, but who likes their landlord? And him just being a nice guy, he never got anywhere with it. Okay, and that's basically what you find out in the first couple, like in the first 20 minutes of the movie. You realize that him being nice hasn't gotten him anywhere in life. That is something that you learn very, very straight in the very beginning. Landlords, he's a pushover with the landlord. He's a pushover at his job. Even his clients that come into the bank that he's helping, they're walking all over him. This is a common theme through the movie until he finds this mask. Okay, so he gets this mask, he puts it on, and it completely changes him into a totally different person. Now this dude, it changes him into, he's got a green head. He's an asshole. He's kind of a dick. Okay, he's rude. He does whatever he wants. He treats people however he wants to treat them, and he just makes a fool out of everybody. That's the whole premise of the mask character. It's not a coincidence that whenever he puts on this mask, now all the women are attracted to him. Now he's able to do things he's never done, and you get sort of an insight into the motivation and what drives a lot of these characters in the movie. Now let's go back to Cameron Diaz's character, Tina, and she works at this club called the Cabana, and she sings there. She does other things, and she is it kind of hints at the idea that maybe she is seeing the owner of the Cabana, which is played by Peter Green, this character here. Great actor, by the way. Now this guy, he is the bad boy. Okay, he owns the nightclub. He's doing a lot of other shady stuff. There's a scene where he's like robbing banks and he's laundering money, and he's doing all this stuff in the background, and Cameron Diaz is completely infatuated with this dude. But then you kind of get a hint that maybe she's only with him for the money. Does that seems a little too much like true to life, right? Now you have this other character here. This is Peggy. Peggy works for the paper. You kind of get it kind of insinuates that Peggy's kind of attracted to Stanley, in a weird roundabout way. It does kind of insinuate that Peggy has a thing for Stanley. Well, watching this movie, I could not help but see the similarities between what's happening between some of these characters and what I have been seeing today, because it is very true to life. Okay, and this movie came out about 30 years ago, and there is nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. Women will always gravitate toward the quote unquote bad boys because of, the attraction, because they do something for them, evidently, and they will never give the nice guy a chance. There was even a scene in the movie where Peggy, the reporter, wrote a opinion piece in the paper called Nice Guys Finish Last, and Stanley was voted the nicest guy in I forgot the name of the city they were in. Doesn't that kind of tell you something? Okay. And this movie featured a 1994 Cameron Diaz. This was one of my favorite movies growing up. I used to watch this movie all the time. But it does paint a picture here, and especially what we're seeing on social media when it comes to dating, when it comes to women. They are overwhelmingly choosing some of the men that aren't really good for them, just like in the movie. Just like in the movie, you have Peter Green's character, Dorian. He is this underworld crime boss type character, sort of. It kind of insinuates that, he's doing a lot of underhanded dealings. He's robbing banks. He's selling things. And she's with this guy. That seem familiar to you? Now, of course, all women aren't like this. There are plenty of women that go after the nice guys. They go after all this. And eventually, when a woman hits a certain age or after they hit the wall, they will definitely start to look at the nice guys, because eventually the nice guys are going to be the only ones who are going to be naive enough to fall for the bait. The bad boys aren't trying to hit it anymore. Okay, it has been used up on the bad boys. So what do? These women have to, quote unquote, which I hate using this word when it comes to them, but in their mind, these women think they are settling for the nice guys because they've been ran through and all this stuff. And it really is a sad situation. But it got me thinking. I was extremely curious as to why do a large majority of women always go after these guys that they know they have no future with. They know that these guys aren't going to treat them correctly, and in a lot of cases these guys just treat these women like dirt. Okay, now I'm not saying they deserve it, but these women are putting themselves in this situation, and they repeatedly do this. But that is only because these women cannot help what they are attracted to. That they will blame it on attraction every single time. These women cannot be with these good guys until they are not attractive enough to get the men they really want. And that's the truth behind it. Now check this out.
I used to say this all the time. I'd be like, ugh, I'm just like not attracted to the nice guy. Like they're just like, I'm just not into it. Like no chemistry. There's like two things that I realized. One was I need to change what I'm attracted to. Why am I attracted to guys that don't treat me well? Why am I attracted to people who are toxic? And then I realized that's like a little bit more deep rooted.
This is something else.
A lot of women are attracted to men that do not treat them well because that is what they are used to. Okay, these women have grown up in single mother households. They have grown up seeing their mom get treated a certain way, and they, in their mind, they think that, oh, well, a man really doesn't care about me unless I am treated that way as well. It isn't until they get way older when they realize that, oh, wait, all that is wrong because I was raised by a single mom and she really didn't know anything. If there would have been a father in the household, it would have been a completely different story. It is the dad's job, especially with a daughter. It is the dad's job to teach that daughter self-respect. Okay. A single mom is not able to teach her daughter self-respect because a single mom does not have self-respect. Okay. This mom has made bad decisions. These single moms are continuing to make bad decisions. Okay. It is a non-stop cycle because in a house with a single mom, the daughters in that household are 10 times more likely to become single moms themselves. Now, obviously, I am only generally speaking. I don't know about this woman's past. I don't know her family life. But you cannot dispute the statistics, and all the statistics are pointing in one certain direction.
But I think the real issue was that I didn't know how to accept the love that they had to give me and what they had to offer me. I didn't think I was like deserving of it. And when I changed my mindset on that, it started making me only attracted to guys that treated me well. It became an automatic ick when a guy wasn't nice to me. Like I was just like, ew. So I think part of the attractiveness part is changing what you're attracted to and figuring out why you're attracted to the bad boy, the toxic, things that aren't healthy.
What? What the fuck? Stop it. Get some help.
And this sounds really nice on the outside. You have to understand this sounds great, and this is perfect. I'm happy for her. She found all this out. But women like this will get in front of a camera and they will spew all this nonsense and then still go and be with men that they know are not good for them. And in a lot of cases, men they know that are, they have no future with them. Okay. These women say they date with intention. They date to find their someone. They're dating for marriage, and yet they are dating men who are actively seeing other women. These men have a roster of 10 different chicks, and they think they're going to be able to get this guy to commit to them. It's just not, it's delusion. It's delusion on a massive scale. And then you have the videos like this, the cope videos, where you think these women are going to change who they're attracted to. No, I can promise you, once one of these simps marry one of these women, as soon as she gets a little DM from Chad, guess where she's going, and guess what she's going to be doing, and guess who's not going to know about it. You think any of that's gonna change? It's not gonna change. It's absolutely not gonna change. These women are addicted to the toxicity, so they will throw you under the bus to get their fix. It's a very sad situation. That's why you just need to avoid women like this altogether. Ask them about their past. Ask them, what were some of your last boyfriends like? What were some of your last relationships like? And if they say things like, I've never been treated well, I've always been after the bad boys, I like them with a bunch of tattoos and a bunch of piercings and all this stuff, she is completely broken. Okay, there's no fixing that. Okay, you get with one of these women, in her mind she thinks she's settling for you. These ran through post-wall 30-year-olds are settling for the nice guys, is what they think, is what they're thinking. And it's actually the complete opposite. But they will not hesitate to answer Chad's DMs and go meet him behind the dumpster.
And then the other thing is, like, you don't have to like every nice guy. You don't have to date every single nice guy. I'm not saying, like, because he's a nice guy, you should date him. Like, you have to find a nice guy that also checks off the sexual chemistry and the physical attraction too. And yes, it is a little bit harder, but they do exist, I'm telling you. Trust me, I was that girl for so long, and I still have, like, moments where I, like, doubt it or think, like, maybe I won't be able to find a guy that is nice, that I'm attracted to, all those things, whatever.
What? No.
But you have to understand that all this it's all lies. Okay, she's not looking for a nice guy. She doesn't want to look for a nice guy. These women are not going to be looking for a nice guy until all of the bad boys are off the table completely. Okay, when she starts hitting up these bad boys and they start turning her down because she's, used goods and damaged and completely broken, that's whenever these women will start to look for the nice guys. That's whenever these women, in their mind, they think that they're going to be settling for someone. It is a recipe for disaster. I would say any man to stay as far away from women like this.
Be able to find a guy that is nice, that I'm attracted to, all those things, whatever. But I'm learning that it is possible, and if you just do a little extra work, work on some issues that we've had in the past, heal some traumas, it is possible, and it's a lot better. It's so much better. Hang in there and find people who can keep you accountable. If you don't have friends that you can go to, literally DM me, and, like, I will help you through whatever situation you're going through, because it means so much to me that I have friends that I can be like, this is my situation. I know I shouldn't be doing this. I know I should break these old habits of mine, but I just, like, am wanting to fall back on them, and they kind of, like, snap me out of it. So if you need that person, I will be that person for you. But, like, we just need to change our habits and our patterns, and it will come to us.
Oh shit, here we go again.
Not gonna happen. 100% not gonna happen. Completely delusional. They can fool themselves and play the part for a while. I absolutely believe that. I absolutely believe that these women can play the part, and they can get with a nice guy, even marry these men, okay? But their true self always comes out. Whether they're in their 40s, whether they're sometimes in their 50s, they will hop on and start hanging out with Chad and Tyrone. It's insane. I've seen it every single time. These women, they're in marriages with the guy that they, in their mind, settled with, the nice guy. The guy that they're not attracted to but has a nice job and is financially secure, so they decided, hey, why not? Why not? And then these are the same men that get cheated on. They ran off with the gangbanger, the criminal, the ex-felon, getting their back blown out by the felon dude behind the dumpster. And these men are looking around like, wait a minute, what? I thought we were married. What are you doing? The marriage doesn't matter anymore. These women, they're addicted to this sort of toxic lifestyle. That them cheating in a marriage is getting their rocks off every single time. That's why women do it. Women don't cheat in a marriage for anyone else but themselves, and that's 100% the truth. They do it because there's a thrill in it. They could get caught at any moment. They do it because they have the power to do it, and they can do it. That's all there is. That's why I say never get married. Getting married to a modern woman is like putting your life savings in a sewer drain. Okay. You are never going to come out of that in any sort of positive way. It is always going to be a negative. Okay. These women, they are completely delusional and lost. These women are completely lost today. Okay. They will sacrifice their entire family for one night of happiness. And then after the divorce, they're looking around, they're wondering, hey, where did Chad and Tyrone go? I thought we were going to live happily ever after. Little did they know that that's really not how it works.